Maybe you from the 1970s, when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Fearsome Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now, with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. You can rock Eric Dickerson. You can rock Marshall Faulk, Isaiah Bruce, and Kurt Warner. Or maybe you rocking Cooper Cup, Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford. It doesn't matter because when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams South. Time to talk Rams football. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Ram Nation, stand up. What is going on with y'all today? Hey, check it out, man. We got a W this past Sunday, but it's kind of crazy how we got the W. But I'll get into that. Let me fix my stuff real quick. But those of you who don't know who I am the Playmaker down in the Silence. I am the host of this great all LA Ram podcast called Ramily Talk. Glad to be with you on this October 5th, 2023. Yes, we are in the 10th month of the year. We are that much closer to Thanksgiving, to Christmas, and to the new year. All right. So a lot of things to get over to. Like I said, got to recap what happened up in Indianapolis, and then preview our home game, our first of three straight home games with the reigning defending NFC champions, the Eagles of Philadelphia. Thank you for those who are watching the video on YouTube. If you listen to the audio, thank you for listening to the audio on whatever platform that you're on, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and whatever else you can listen to your podcast on. First and foremost, before we get this, when we get started, we got some news to talk about. First news of the day: Shells join forces with SoFi Stadium, Hollywood Park, and the Los Angeles Rams. This was back on October 3rd. The article says here Echelon Enterprise LLC, DAB Sales Oil Products USA has signed an agreement with SoFi Stadium, Hollywood Park, and the Los Angeles Rams in a multi-year sponsorship that names the multi-nations oil and gas company the exclusive fuel sponsor for all three entities. The agreement includes the Rams, the state of art SoFi Stadium, the 60,000 seat performance venue, YouTube Theater, and the near 300 acres mixed use development Hollywood Park, which is being built by Los Angeles Rams owner slash chairman Stanley Kroenke. This should be something interesting here. Hey, Shell's a partner with their Los Angeles Rams, SoFi Stadium. That should be interesting to see how that goes. So good things going on right there. All right, article number two we gonna get into. There is new food at the Rams house, ladies and gentlemen. New food at the Rams house. And it says here new menu items based on fan feedback and new technology await Rams fans inside SoFi Stadium this fall. Those new items will feature some game day classes with a new LA twist. Additionally, Uber Eats mobile ordering will be available for pickup, and two anonymous grab and go stores will be added for convenience for fans. The new items in great variety are also coming to premium spaces. The patio club will add options such as the Italian hero sandwich, the Veggie Girl, and smoked brisket biscuit, crispy pork belly sandwich, and more. Marissa's will have a food cart located in the Patio Clubs loaded with fresh seasoned offerings, while the Chairman's Club will feature the ice cream cart. The new Autonomous Grab and Go stores will open this month on the Google Cloud Club level, located on the east and west side in the breezeways behind the Owners Club. Fans can tap their credit cards to enter these stores, then grab the drinks of their choices and exit without visiting a cashier. Additionally, all menus in the Google Cloud Club, from Baja to barbecue, have been revamped and the shelves are ready for fans to dig into something delicious dish. They are adding upgrades. They doing crazy things right now. This is crazy. I wish I stayed in LA because I wouldn't like to try all this. But unfortunately, I am here on the East Coast. But what the Rams got going on, I am loving right now. Okay, I am definitely loving. And finally, maybe Matthew Stafford should be good to go for Week 5 versus Eagles. Plus updates on Karen Williams, Tyler Higbee, Alec Jackson, Joe Boone, Cooper Cup, and more. Rams head coach Sean McVay on Monday said quarterback Matthew Stafford should be good to go for Week 5 against the Eagles after suffering a hip contusion against the Colts. That man gutted it out too. We're talking he did that was before halftime, and he finished the game. We'll be smart. McVay says we'll be smart with him, but he should be good to go. He's a stud, and honestly, we saw his gut through that yesterday. Definitely took a good shot there, but we felt like he should be good to go. Now we continue on. He did get into areas. In terms of the other injury updates coming out of Sunday's game against the Colts, McVay says running back Karen Williams also suffered a hip contusion, but noted that he and Stafford finished the game. Tight end Tyler Higbee got his thumb banged up a bit, and offensive line Joe Noteboom temporarily left Sunday's game after he strained his groin a little bit, and they'll see where he's at on Wednesday, which was just today, by the way. And it sounds pretty good that good Joe Noteboom should be good to go at the moment in time, barring any setbacks, but he should be good. And although Alec Jackson was inactive on Sunday, McVay said Jackson did a good job doing his pregame warm-ups, and that there is still possible optimism that he could have went yesterday in Sunday's game, which he didn't. But the team ultimately erred on the side of caution by deciding to hold him out. Jackson remains day to day, so he sounds like he's getting good, and he should be ready to go for the game against Philly. For the main thing, which is Cooper Cup, when people were man. McVay were informed that the Rams will be starting the 21-day activation window for wide receiver Cooper Cup this week. Said the team will also be doing the same thing with rookie outside linebacker Charles Mathis. Mathis was placed on injury reserve early in September after suffering a knee injury during training camp. So we could be getting healthy right now, going into Week 5 against a very good, and I do mean a very good team in the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's good to know, and that's good to know as we continue to move forward and whatnot. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a break right here. And when we come back, we're gonna recap what took place last week up in Indianapolis against the Indianapolis Colts. We'll be back.
Welcome to Ringside Chaos, the professional wrestling discussion segment of the Bear of Texas podcast. The only professional wrestling podcast in the world where pro wrestling is discussed passionately, with confidence, with great knowledge, and most of all, in the most sophisticated way. So brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because chaos is about to be unleashed. Thing with Tony Khan now being in talks to buy WWE, I'm going to be honest with you. I spoke to this with Ricky Litwinkowicz, aka the Master of Mayhem, and he honestly believes that me talking about Tony Khan buying WWE is basically I'm kind of wasting my time because Ricky believes it's never going to happen. Okay, now don't get me wrong, Ricky, I respect what he says. He could very well be correct, but I got to be honest with you. The fact that Khan is interested in supposedly buying WWE, to me, that's definitely worth talking about. Now, I should mention this. Shout out to Ricky, by the way. And I gotta mention this, that even Jim Cornette already had something to say. And he said, and I quote, "Ridiculous to think that could happen," unquote. A wrestling fan that's been super supportive of Brody Lee as a wrestler and everything that WWE could have done with him and, everything that he could have shown and, offered for the wrestling business. For me, I wasn't just a fan of Brody Lee himself, like in character. I strongly respected him, as a human being. Like, I had a lot of respect for Jonathan Huber. That's Mr. Brody Lee's real name. So basically, I had a lot of respect for Brody Lee, Luke Harper, and of course, Mr. Jonathan Huber. Particular episode was about World Class Championship Wrestling.
And the episode title is, WCCW Wrestling's Lone Star Legacy. And because I am the Bear of Texas, and I do hail from the Dallas-Fort Worth area of the state of Texas, World Class Championship Wrestling was basically my territory as far as being a wrestling fan goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ringside Chaos is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ramily Talk. As y'all just saw, Ringside Chaos by my brother Alex Agazar. Talks it all WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact. Even go back into the days and talk about other good stuff. But very good show. Check them out. Give them a listen. Also, speaking of wrestling, I am part of a wrestling show. Okay. It's- Shout out to my boy Kuma Kane, who will be a guest on the show later on because our team would be playing his team down in SoFi Stadium. So Monarchs are wrestling. Check it out on YouTube. We cover it. AEW, WWE. Trust me, Key, and Wise, they did a good job on Monday's show. So go back and check that out. They even preview Fastlane, which I can't wait to watch this Saturday. So I can give my recap on what took place. But that's later on today. Well, we gotta get to our recap, and we went to Indianapolis. Okay, coming off a terrible loss to the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday night because we decided not to run the freaking ball for whatever reason. So we need to bounce back against the Indianapolis Colts, and started off very well, 23-0, 23-0, halfway through the third quarter, and before you know it, the Colts scored 23 on us to their damn self. I don't know what happened, but based on Philly Ram Nations, for some reason, if they stopped running the ball in the second half, okay, you ran the ball very well in the first half. We had over 100 yards rushing in the first half. Second half, didn't run the ball as much. As you can see, Matthew Stafford threw the ball 40 times, and we end up in overtime with the Colts. And being in overtime with the Colts, defense stepped up. They got to stop. We get the ball back, and we score a touchdown. To Puka Nakua. That man had 9 catches, 163 yards. And his first ever touchdown is the game-winning touchdown. The first one, game-winning touchdown. No problem. Not a problem at all. Matthew Stafford, 27 for 43, 19, a touchdown and interception. Carryon Williams, 25 carries, 103 yards, and with 2 tugs on the ground, and you stop running the football, maybe. What are we doing here? Literally, the running game was working. Then you start to go back to it in overtime when you start using Ronnie Rivers, and he gave you 9 carries for 47 yards. So you had Carryon Rivers giving you 4.1 yards a carry. Then you had Rivers giving you 5.2 yards a carry. Why weren't you running the ball in the second half? What was you thinking? This is how we lost to the Bengals. Thankfully enough, we beat the Colts, so we at 2-2, which I projected us to go after 4 weeks was 2-2, but I had us losing our first 2 and winning the last 2. It don't make sense of what McVay does sometimes, and it's getting irritating to be honest. McVay, get it together, all right? Get it together because man, can't be doing that. We got things to do. We got games to win, and people are starting to look at the Rams as like, maybe the Rams are not tanking after all. Maybe there actually might be a team that can make the playoffs because when Cooper Cup comes back with Puka Nakua and his running game that knows how to run, and his defense, who, by the way, defense is very young. But when I show you the rankings of the defense, yeah, wherever Raheem Morris and Aaron Donald is doing with his defense right now, keep it up because this defense is looking really good. Okay, but we do have a chance coming on. But nevertheless, we did get a win. We 2-2 on the season, which is good. And also, it was a W for us. And with it being a W for us, we got to go to our For the second time in a row, Puka Nakua is the Rams Player of the Week voted by Ram Nation. Like I said earlier, 9 catches, 103 yards, and a tud to go with it. You love to see it, you love to see it. So he did his thing. He's been doing his thing. He's literally on pace to break just about every Ricky wide receiver record at this point. This man had caught at least 9 balls in every game. This man has been over 125 yards in every game. And this is only 4 games in. This man cannot be stopped. He's always open. He's become the number 1 target so far until Cooper Kupp comes back, and that's gonna be real fun. And he's been doing his thing. So Ram Player of the Week, Puka Nakua, yet again, the rookie sensational. Love it. I absolutely love it. Now we're gonna take a quick break here. When we come back, I have a guest coming on because we have the reigning defending NFC Champions coming to SoFi for a battle Sunday afternoon. We'll be back. The Playmakerz blog is sponsored by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment. So much to stream. From shows and movies you can only catch here on Paramount Plus, whether it be from CBS, BET, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and so much more. The new home of Showtime. Watch Showtime original series, movies, and sports when you sign up for Paramount Plus with Showtime. Catch exclusive originals from Paramount Plus such as Star Trek, Strange Wars, The Family Stallones, Halo, and so much more. You also can stream live sports like NFL on CBS, the UEFA Champions League, the Masters, and the SEC on CBS. Paramount Plus, you can stream up to 3 devices when you create an account. So Paramount Plus plan starts at $5.99. If you hit that link below, you can get a free trial. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you saw Paramount Plus. Love Paramount Plus, great streaming service on and all the stuff that you get is only $6 a month. So I mean, you ain't even wasting money. Okay, you could be paying more than that for what they do on Paramount Plus. So get it, enjoy it, do what you got to do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I get to our preview, I have to bring on the guest. You probably consider him the host of Models of Wrestling, and I'm the co-host. He is the Play Calling Sports main man. He is Eagles Elite, and the reason why he is on this program with me today to preview the Eagles game. You could consider him as the hardest working man in content creation between him or me, because we both just do shows like it ain't nothing. Whatever the case may be, we will find a way to get our shows up. It is the way it is. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Philadelphia Eagles, the one, the only, Cool McCain.
Let's go. What up, Playmaker?
What's good, my man? What's good? How you
Trying to
doing?
live like you, man. Trying to live like you.
Trying to live like me, man. Look here. You just work as hard as I am.
Yeah.
It's not harder.
Hey, sometimes things happen, man. You get yourself in situations, and then you stuck once you get in it.
I feel you. All right. The week I haven't been waiting for is here. Your Eagles are coming to SoFi Stadium. 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. It's been a while since the Eagles and the Rams shared the same building.
Mm-hmm.
So, you are one of 2 undefeated teams left in the league. So
we are.
let's dive into it. Jalen Hurts is already at 959 yards passing with 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Matthew Stafford, on the other hand, is already over 1,200 yards passing. He has 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. can't stop it. I need to reverse the interception to touchdown. I need to reverse that, okay? Okay.
My bad.
DeAndre Swift, he has ran over 350 yards with 2 touchdowns. Kerryon Williams, 245 with 5 touchdowns. And, of course, A.J. Brown, the number 1 guy in Philly, 414 receiving yards with 2 touchdowns. And the number 1 guy for the Rams thus far, the rookie sensation Puka Nacua, 501 yards on 39 catches. So,
That's a great Nick pace, man. That's impressive.
on 39 catches, he's at over 500 yards. I mean, thank you for drafting him, Les Snead.
That was definitely a good draft pick. No doubt about that.
I think we have a little audio issues that's coming from YouTube.
Better now?
Not yet. You still hear it. There we go. There we go.
What about now?
We got the league rankings right here. You got 2 of the top 5 offenses in the league. The Rams sitting at 40, Eagles sitting at 5th. You got 2 teams that's pretty much close to the halfway. The Eagles sitting at 16 on the defense, the Rams at 9th on defense. And I don't think anybody expected the Rams to be in the top 10 in defense with that young defense. Passing game, Eagles ranked 12th, Rams ranked 2nd. And then you pretty much reverse it on the run game. The Eagles, who are known for running, is the 2nd. And the Rams are 18th. Surprisingly, I don't know how. Honestly, it's surprisingly that we're 18 and we don't even run the ball that damn much. That's freaking impressive, I must say.
Hey, I feel it, man. I think it's impressive that the Eagles are actually in the top 20 in defense.
So cool. Talk to me about your boys, Fly Eagles Fly, who are undefeated thus far.
So the best thing that I can say about the Philadelphia Eagles is we're undefeated. That's the best thing I can say. So the first thing to get to, man, is injuries, right? I mean, some of this can change between now, obviously, and the game on Sunday. But right now, Britton Covey will not be playing due to injury. Quez Watkins is still out due to injury. Cam Jurgens, our backup center turned starting right guard, is out due to injury. Tyler Steen will slide into that role that I think he should have had from the beginning of the year anyway. Justin Evans, one of our starting safeties, is going to be out. And then our best backup safety, Sidney Brown, so far is out. And then let's not forget those gentlemen that are on IR, primarily Nakobe Dean and Avonte Maddox. Nakobe Dean will be returning. Avonte Maddox, just like Zach McPherson and Sean Bradley, Roderick Johnson will not be returning. So, you know, a lot of injuries. A lot of people will say, with injuries, that might be why you guys aren't doing that well. We're not doing it well because play calling sucks. Okay? I ain't come on here or anywhere else to try to act like what's what is not what's what. The play calling has to be better in Philadelphia. It's been good enough at times for us to win against the teams that we played. The Rams with Nacua is definitely going to be a challenge. We don't give up a lot of running yards, but wherever Josh Jobe is playing, that's who to target. That's going to be true anytime you see him on the field. I hate to say it as an Eagles fan, but it's the truth. And also, I like to call our defense a donut because on the outside, it's nice and thick and good, but in that middle, there's a hole that you can throw into. So there's some concerns. I'm not going to sit here and act like the Eagles are 4-0 and we're dominating teams. We're finding ways to win. We could have definitely lost this last game. It was razor thin close, but we found a way to win. Biggest thing moving on to this week, man, fix some of these issues. We got to do better at play calling, especially on the offensive side. Defense, I kind of understand because you don't have all your pieces. You got to be better too, but offense especially. Like you can't go a game with 18 carries with Devontae Smith and Kenneth Gainwell. Come on, man. That's like 10 carries too little on the low end. Got to be better, man. Got to be better.
Real Nations right now is just screaming, yeah, try 13 on a Monday night game.
Hey, man. Right now we're in the same boat. We haven't been in that boat most of the season, but for some reason Brian Johnson decided to get division opponent, oh, we're not going to run the ball.
We was ticked off on Monday night watching us going to the Vegas and we had 13 rushes like really, bro. And the 13 rushes, we averaging 5 yards a carry. Like,
Mm-hmm.
literally, we can literally run on this team and kill the clock. But Philly is known to run the ball. I mean, didn't DeAndre Smith just go for like 175 like a couple of games ago?
And then we followed it up with like 140 the next week. And then this week, we ain't going to run the ball.
Man.
I don't have an answer for why. So
because y'all know for
you were going to ask.
That's how y'all got to the Super Bowl. Y'all played great defense.
That's how we got to the Super Bowl.
Y'all can run. Y'all had like 8 running backs, including your quarterback. And all of them could pick up yards like it ain't nothing. And then you got A.J. Brown on one side, Devontae Smith on the other side. It's like, well, they ain't pick your poison. What do you want to take away? What if you take away, they're going to kill you with the other one.
Yep. And then we ran into the refs and the Chiefs. And it went crashing down in the hurting side. It still does.
I'm not going to get in that conversation.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you.
It is what it is. Usually, I will recap who will be playing. I usually recap them, but I knew you was coming on, and I know you know about your Eagles. And hey, if you didn't check out his episode, Eagles Elite Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I was on there yesterday for his show to return the favor. All right, so this is what we did this week. Eagles, Rams. So part 1 was yesterday. This is part 2.
Yep.
So this is gonna be good. But I will do this before we get out of here. This is what ESPN has it. 55 and damn near 56 for the Eagles. It hurts. That really hurts. So what can I say? It's the Eagles.
I prefer when we're on the other side.
It's the Eagles, but hey, and what I don't think people now my real diehard Eagles and Rams fan would know this, but if you really think about it, this kind of has been a rivalry since like the 2000s. Because when the Eagles and Rams get together, it's a battle.
Yeah, that's true.
We go at it. It's been especially with the greatest show on turf. There's a lot of time the Eagles and Rams met in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And just what happened when we had the greatest show on turf. So that tells you, no.
It does.
And then we not to make Cool mad, but when Carson Wentz was good,
that one span.
I mean, you can actually blame us for he ain't been the same since he played us, and y'all still won that game.
I don't blame you. Honestly, I thank you because, I mean, unlike a lot of unrealistic fans, I understand that having a guy that has playoff experience be a quarterback in the playoffs and the run to the Super Bowl helps out a lot. I don't know if Wentz seeing him after that had the mental capacity to win that Super Bowl.
Because that season he was on a MVP run.
Well, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and say what I should have said. I'm going to go ahead and be real here. I don't know if he had the testicular fortitude to win a championship.
Well,
that's the starting quarterback.
We ain't going to never know. But that season, he was on an MVP run until he played us.
He was. And there was one guy who said, man, this is probably not going to be good if we actually do win a Super Bowl this year.
And y'all end up winning the Super Bowl with Nick Foles.
And Carson Wentz was never the same mentally.
Never the same. So with that being said, now y'all, those of you who followed me during the preview, y'all already know who I picked to win this game. I would love to change this pick. I really would. It would please me to change this pick, but I'm just going ahead and stick with it because, yeah.
Well, we can make that. We can make that twice for me as well. So
yeah,
we can.
I'm gonna stick with my preseason pick because this is not just the simple fact that they are a running team, which and at heart they are. And Cool will tell you that.
Yep.
My secondary center really get tested now. Because technically you have 2 number 1 wide receivers you got to deal with, not just one. It's literally 2. Yeah,
And a better option as the third wide receiver too, and Zacchaeus.
and then you have a tight end that you got to deal with. A tight end that's similar to our tight end, so it is not like you can just sleep on him either.
And Swift and Gainwell can catch the ball out of the backfield as well.
So this is going to be a tall task. But the Rams have impressed me. They did go up to Seattle and stun the Seahawks because nobody saw that coming. They did lay an egg against the freaking Bengals, but it is what it is. It is what it is at this point. So y'all did get the 2-2 as I rejected you to get between the 4 games. Got the 2-2. This is the first of 3 straight home games for us. First up, it's the Eagles. So, if you can, prove me wrong again, and I'll surely appreciate it. But I'm going to stick with my precinct pick, and I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Eagles. It's going to hate me to say this, but fly, Eagles, fly.
Yes, sir. I will say this is going to be a close game. This is not going to be a blowout of any sort, I don't believe. I think Philly has some things to work out in the secondary. Play calling still needs some work, so I don't anticipate any sort of blowout. And the Rams are overperforming a lot of people's expectations. I don't think Rams fans, you're overperforming y'all's expectations, but a lot of people outside of, Ram fandom and the Rams fan community probably had you a little bit worse than you are right now. So kudos for that, man. I mean, we playing each other. It's going to be one game of the season. I hope we win it. I'd love to keep the streak alive. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, we're not playing a college team or a high school team or a middle school team or a Pee Wee or Pop Warner team. We're playing another NFL team. So it's a possibility we can go out there and lose this game. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to be the first to say it. I'm going to be real about it. I hope we win it. I believe we're going to win it. But if we lose this game, you will not see me punching through a TV, getting on social media, crying and yelling and cursing, acting the fool. Hey, we get beat. But we should win.
Looking for a good game. I will be able to watch it, so I will be tuned in to watch this game. So, Sean McVay, I need you on your A game. I need you to call in the plays like you're supposed to call the plays, okay? I don't need you to be Bo Wonder. I don't need you to be the mad genius, okay? I need you to look at the situation and say, all right, this is what we're going to do. If we are able to run on this team, we're going to keep running, which is easy said than done because it is the Eagles. I am talking about defense. I should say the Philadelphia Bulldogs at this point because all they do is drop Bulldogs. It's like a injury. It's like rubbing salt in the room for me because I'm a Gator fan.
So I did change my name in one of my fantasy leagues to the Philly Bull Eagles.
So I need y'all to come out, play hard, and get it going. Okay, it's not gonna be easy. It is the Eagles. It's the reigning, defending NFC Champions. Okay, they still got Jalen Hurts. They still got problems at wide receiver in a good way. Okay, so we got our hands cut out for us. And my defense, show me what you're about. Show me what you're about. I know y'all young, but I need a heart right now. I need heart on Sunday because Philly gonna test you. Philly's gonna test you. You did good against the 49ers until you start turning the ball over. Now it's the other beast, okay? Bring that same heart that you had with 49ers, bring it with the Eagles. You see what's going on. So with that being said, thank you, Cooper Camp, for tuning in.
No doubt.
Thank y'all for tuning in on Ramily Talk. Hopefully we get another victory Monday. That way we can do another Rams Player of the Week. If not, we're going to recap, do what we can, and move on to the next one, which is a divisional matchup with the Arizona Cardinals. That should be fun. Until then, for Ramily Talk, catch y'all later.
Thank you for tuning in to Ramily Talk. Ramily Talk is sponsored by Fanatics, Lids, and Paramount Plus. Get your favorite sports appeal with Fanatics or Lids, and get great streaming service with Paramount Plus. If you want to donate to the program, you can donate to us via Cash App, $D Playmakers. That is again, $D Playmakers. And remember, you can follow and subscribe to Ramily Talk on all podcast directories, including Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And those of you who are on Apple, leave us a great review, leave comments on how you feel about Ramily Talk and the episode that you listen to. Tune in again next time for more Ramily Talk, hosted by the Playmaker.